Hello there, welcome to Beatrice Bakes, the show where I, Beatrice Flaps, try to attempt to bake something every week. Today we have chocolate and coffee fudge, which I just happened to prepare the ingredients for just before. It's gonna be bloody delicious. Let's begin, shall we? Right. We need to heat up a pan, right? And then we need to add several ingredients. I have unsweetened bitter chocolate, dark chocolate, Bonville actually. We also need to have brown sugar, right? Condensed milk, 2 tablespoons of coffee, and some butter, right? What we need to do first is we need to add the butter. All of the butter in like this, come on. Oh, there we go. Listen to that sizzle, oh, so good. Right, then we need to add the sugar. You can hear it suffocating the sound, can't you? Oh, that's so nice. We need to add the condensed milk. Oh, think of pouring that on your spouse. Oh, it's tasty. Oh, shaking like a shitting dog. Come on. Oh yes. And we need to add the coffee. Right. I need to stir this thoroughly. I need a stir. Nice pink spatula. It has to be pink. If it's not pink, it won't work. Right. What we need to do now is we need to come in here. Come on. Let me show you here. What we need to do is we need to stir it until it becomes runny, which I know sounds rather difficult, but like it's the best thing to do easily, right? Come in here. Have a look. Oh, look at that. It's like diarrhea at the moment, of course, but eventually it'll calm down. And believe me, this will look absolutely gorgeous. Now, we need to keep on stirring this for a few minutes, but eventually we can just leave it, and we can eventually add the chocolate. It's going to look delicious. Now, we need to wait for this butter to melt. And we need to wait for all the sugar that's on the bottom to sort of rise up and make sure it's mixed in with the rest of the chemicals that are in here. Oh my, this is looking delicious. Let's get a nice view of that. Come on, have a nice little gander. Come on, don't be shy. Come and look at this. Oh, this is going to be delicious. Oh, I can tell. Oh, now this little glob of batter here, the best way to melt batter when it's not actually melted at one point is to push it down to the bottom of the pan and let it just sort of frizzle on the bottom. Oh, listen to that. Oh, the sizzle of that butter turns me on. Reminds me when I used to burn and put brazen marks into my ex-husband. George, his name was. Very nice man. Unfortunately, he ended up dying. He ended up getting hepatitis C, believe it or not. And then unfortunately he was put into hospital. And before he could be cured of his hepatitis C, he caught MRSA and then died. Tragic tale. Just goes to show how efficient this country's NHS is, doesn't it? Right, we're nearly melted here. Bit more condensed milk, or koni oni as my family call it. Of course, they're from Kyrgyzstan, so they probably won't call it anything else really, because I mean I don't actually know what the Kyrgyz, or they actually speak Russian in Kyrgyzstan, did you know that? But yes, so you need to turn it down to a low heat because it's starting to burn my fucking hand. Right. Oh, listen to that. Get a good look at that. Oh my word. Oh, it's like a witch's cauldron. Right, now we need the chocolate. Oh, right, chocolate. So then, now that we've made this is sort of like a gloopy sort of, the coffee holds it together, while the rest of it gives it its consistency, right? Now, when we add the chocolate, we need to leave it to melt, and so there aren't any lumps in it. Because if the, oh man, well that's hot. Oh, wooden spoon. Right. Because when it gets hot enough, we need to wait for this chocolate to melt, and if there are any lumps, Just keep stirring it and keep it on a low heat, otherwise it will burn your fingers. Right. Oh, look at that. Look at that brown. Oh. Oh, it turns me on. Oh, it's like shit. I rub it into myself every day. Oh, it's so tasty, it really is. Oh. Now there's still quite a bit of lumps in here, you've probably noticed that, but like, eventually they'll go, and you have to be persistent with fudge because it goes really properly rack hard. Because you don't even have to put it in the oven, but you do, after this, you need to put it in a baking tray. Now then, oh by the way, this probably sounds like a bit of a plug to some of you, but my best friend Diane is coming out with an album next month, right? Now I know this sounds a bit bad, but she's coming out with it, it's called The Piano Man, even though she's a woman. And she's a teacher actually, but yeah, she's playing all the hits of my good friend Elton John. Right. Look at this now. You can see some of the lumps are starting to go, but eventually you'll have a nice, smooth, runny fudge. Rather like my ass. Unfortunately, Julie came around the other week. She's my carer, and she delivers the Meals on Wheels and everything. But unfortunately, she hasn't been round over the past few weeks, so I've had to cook for myself. But with my bad back and my arthritis, it's not been quite good, and the fact that I've got DVT in my feet, oh god. I've been living on bloody beans on toast for the past 2 weeks. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's tasty. Oh, you won't ever see anything nicer than that in your life. Oh. Oh, this isn't just fudge. This is Beatrice Flaps fudge. Oh my. Oh my word. So, now then, we need a baking tin. And we need to go into this cupboard here. So, right, follow me, come on, come on. Don't be shy, come on. Oh, it's plentiful. Oh, look at my hairy arms. Oh, I apologise, I haven't shaved in weeks. I'm afraid Venus isn't my desire. She's not the fire of my desire, I'm afraid. Right, so as soon as all the lumps have gone, we need to put this into the baking tray. But unfortunately, we're not quite ready yet. Make sure your baking tray is big enough, because if it isn't, then you're fucked, and you have to pour some of the fudge either in the bin or down the sink. But if it hardens while you're in the sink, it looks like somebody's just shat in your sink. And believe me, you don't want that happening. You don't want that as a grudge against you, because believe me, that's happened to me before, and it's not nice. Anyway, some of the lumps have gone. They're pretty much gone now, as you can probably see, but like, I think I should give this another minute. Let's turn it off the heat. Right. Oh, this is going so well. Oh, if you could smell this now. Oh, I mean, some of it's my natural scent. Obviously, my flaps in my old age are not what they used to be, and like it's gone on. It's hectic, to say the least. Right, now then, into the tray goes the fudge. Oh, look at that. Oh God. Oh, it's turning me on. Reminds me of a third husband. My third husband was called John. And we ended up divorcing because he didn't agree with the philosophy I had of sex, that I should be a bit of a dominatrix in bed, which I tended to be most of the time, but sometimes he just didn't agree with it, because he was a bit more of a dominating type. He was large and rugged, and he wasn't really from nun world. I mean, no men are allowed in nun world, but like, you know, he was a proper, not even British, he didn't even look it. Right. Now what we need to do with this is we need to leave it to cool down for about 45 minutes to an hour. So I'll get back to you with that as soon as this is done. Goodbye. So after a lot of hard work, I've decided that I think it's about time that we take our fudge out of the fridge and give it a nice try. Follow me. So then, it's spent about an hour in the fridge at the moment. And I think it's ready. Now, when you poke it with a skewer, or with your dick, you should notice that it feels quite granular, rather like fudge. It should be soft, but not so soft that it's runny in the middle, or like a cake, but not too hard that it's like toffee rather than fudge. So, I think it's about time that we cut it. Cut our fudge. So, let's take a nice sharp knife. Oh, and cut it. Now, right. Oh, Christ almighty. Now, you can cut it into squares if you want, but it must be said there are better ways of cutting it. You could always cut it like into circles, or use one of those little circular cutter outer things, ring things, that I once used to stick inside my ass, and it didn't go quite well, it must be said. I think we should get it out of the tray. So, this isn't going well. Oh Christ, oh God, oh what have I done? Oh Jesus. It's delicious. It tastes like heaven. Actually, I'm lying. It tastes like shite. It tastes like somebody just rubbed sugar into some turd. My problem was I didn't use butter or greaseproof paper in your little baking tray. I seriously suggest you do that. Otherwise it can go incredibly pear-shaped. Well, that's all the time we have now for Beatrice Bakes. I'll see you next week. I don't know what I'll be baking. Who knows? I'll let you know through the week on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @SisterFlaps, or on my Facebook at Beatrice Flaps, or on my Facebook page, my musician page, which is Beatrice Flaps the 4th. I'll see you later. Goodbye.